Are we? Okay. Where is my, oh, there. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. Shabbat Shalom. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Now I'd like to call up the parents of religious school students to light the candles for us on page 120, to light the candles and say the blessing that is on page 120.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Now, Victoria and Amanda, you can stay up here. Uh-oh. So we've asked all of the classes this year to share, to talk on Sunday, to plan for today. Oh, Sophie, there you are. I didn't know you were here. Come up too. To discuss what it is that they have learned and enjoyed learning this school year. This is our last family Shabbat of the year, and so we wanted the opportunity to share with you what we've learned. Victoria's class wants to share that they have learned their Aleph Bet. Victoria is unfortunately the only one here from her class and sometimes is shy, so we'll see if she sings with us. That's why Mom is going to help her.
Oh, okay.
So
what are we doing?
Sarah and I will lead it, and then you guys will sing with us. Ready?
Got it.
Aleph Bet Vet.
Aleph, bet, bet.
Gimel Dalet Hey.
Gimel, dalet, hey.
Vav Zayin Chet Tet.
Vav, zayin, het, tet.
Yud Kaf Chaf.
Yud, kaf, kaf.
Lamed Mem Nun.
Lamed, mem, nun.
Samech Ayin Pei Fei.
Samech, ayin, pei, pei.
Tzadi Kuf Resh.
Tzadi, kuf, resh.
Shin. Sin.
Sin.
Tav. Doo-doo. Yay! Good job, Yasher Koch, Victoria, on completing your first year of Hebrew school. You may be seated. And to continue on sharing how awesome our Hebrew readers have gotten, Carl is going to come up and share his Hebrew flashcards and explain some of the games that Nate and Jake have played with him this year to help him move forward in his Hebrew learning.
So, okay, ready? So this year we learned our aleph bet and our vowels. And what did you do after each class?
So we made a flashcard.
For each letter after you relearned it. And do you remember some of the games that we played?
Bingo, memory, closing up the flashcards.
Excellent. Well, congratulations, Carl. Carl will be moving up a level in Hebrew next year. Yes. Well, still, it's an accomplishment. All right, and so we're so thrilled now to have our Hebrew learners with us in our final family Shabbat of the school year. So we're ready now for our call to worship. The Baruch Hu is on page 146. I invite you to prepare yourself for the call to worship. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Leolam Vaed. Praise Adonai, to whom all praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom all praise is due. Praise Adonai, to whom all praise is due, now and forever. Yai-dai, yai-dai-dai, yai-dai-dai-dai, yai-dai-dai. Yai-dai, yai-dai, yai-dai-dai-dai-dai. Yai-dai, yai-dai-dai, yai-dai-dai-dai, yai-dai-dai. Yai-dai, yai-dai-dai-dai-dai. You may be seated. Now, to show off just how far their Hebrew reading has come, Kita Dalit would like to read the Ma'ariv Aravim prayer in Hebrew. We almost never do this one in Hebrew. It doesn't have a fun tune, so if you can't sing it, right, like we just do it in English. But, Gabby, Ava, and Miss Eileen. What? You're going to do Ethan's part? So page 148.
Okay. Did you start?
We're just reading.
You're just
You can
reading.
read. Yes, you can.
It's okay. We'll all read it together, okay? Want to do that? Okay. You can come up with Rabbi? Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chochma b'poteach she'arim uvitbuna mashane itim umachalif et hazmanim umasader et hakochavim b'mishmerotehem b'rakia kirotzono Bore Yom Valayla גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה. אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. ישר כוח. Do you want to? Yeah, Ava, go for it. Yeah.
Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully open the gates, thoughtfully all carries the time and chases the season, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to time. You are creator of day and night, Lord of light away from darkness and darkness from light, transferring day into night and distinguishing one from another. Adonai, Baal is your name. Ever living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on you doing.
Amen. And now we continue with the Shema and Ve'ahavta on pages 152 and 153 to 154. I invite you to prepare yourself for these words of Torah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha. Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlachtecha b'derech uvshachbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Please be seated. So who here can tell me what is something that makes you feel free? What makes you feel the most like you? Yes. Allie. Soccer and swim. I believe you were just volunteered, Jake. What makes you feel free? Swim and football. Okay. Cole, what makes you feel free? Being outside, especially when the weather's nice, right? Naomi, what makes you feel free?
Everything except school.
Everything except school. Too constricting in school. Is learning still freeing in some ways when it's not? It's all right. Chase. Oh, I love that. Meditating and listening to the outdoors makes you feel free. Carl.
Cub Scouts and NASCAR.
Cub Scouts and NASCAR. Nothing says freedom like Cub Scouts and NASCAR.
That's what a good Laura said. Racing Sports Network.
Yes, agreed. All right, Victoria, what makes you feel free? Ballet. That's a great way to express yourself. Anybody else?
What about you?
Me, singing makes me feel free. Carl's always welcome to dance when I sing. So with that, unless anybody else wants to share. Okay. Yes.
All my children are now financially independent.
Yay! Freedom! I'm sure that makes them feel free too, I have to say. Well, anyway. Page 158, we have Micha Mocha, the song that our ancestors sang while they danced across the dry land that was the Sea of Reeds to freedom. So, Carl, if you want to get up and show us your moves while I sing, as you just started to do, you are welcome to.
Easy.
Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha ne'etzar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot tosefele, Nora tehilot tosefele. Malechutecha ra'u banecha, Bokei yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze Eli anu ve'ameru, Ze Eli anu ve'ameru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Page 160. On page 160, we all read together in the English. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace and raise us up our guardian to life renewed. Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Blessed are you, Adonai, guardian of Israel, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. And to thoroughly sing the joy of Shabbat, I call upon Kita Gimel to sing the Shamru with us. Preston or Mrs. Hauver, if you want to also join your class that you've taught so well.
Yeah, you should join us.
Yeah, you can.
Join us.
Yeah, you should join us.
Oh, Cole and Chase, yes.
Yeah, you should join us.
Yes. No, Chase, come. Oh, okay. Do you need more room? There you go. All right.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledortam berit olam b'nei uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam oti le'olam v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledortam berit olam ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledortam berit olam. Ubayom hashvi'im Shabbat ba'ira
vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat.
Woo!
La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledor tamrit olam.
Yasher Koach. Beautiful singing.
Yay! Hug!
Hug. All right. And with that, we enter the central portion of our evening prayer, our most serious set of blessings. The Amidah begins on page 164, and I invite you to prepare yourself for this set of blessings. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Eternal God, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu. Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Avod v'Imahot, Umevi Geula Libnei V'Nehem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'Ezrat Sarah. Atah gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh hakol atah rav le'Hoshia. Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed. Mechayeh hakol berachamim rabim. Somech noflim berofeh cholim. Umatir asurim. Umekayem emunato lishenei afar. Nichamocha ba'al gevurot. Omido melech. Melech memit umechayeh. Umatzmiach Yeshua, v'ne'eman atah lahachayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Please be seated. Who can tell me what they are grateful for this weekend? Yes. Everything. Well, that is a lot of gratitude. Victoria, what are you grateful for? Playing? Is that what I heard? Swimming? Awesome. What are you grateful for? Getting dinner after this. Allie's always hungry. Okay, Cole, what are you grateful for? Soccer. What are you grateful for?
School to be over.
School to be over. Summer break. Woo. What? Other things that we're grateful for? Yes. Aw, isn't that nice? That's your cue to say you're grateful for your mom, guys. Yeah, Preston, what are you grateful for? Oh. Yes, Amanda.
That my daughter was willing to do a matching dress outfit today.
Yay, matching outfits. Naomi.
Did things yesterday. And what about you? What about you? What are you grateful for?
Wait, what was the first thing you said that you're grateful for yesterday?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I got my fifth grade graduation.
Oh, congratulations.
You guys, what are you grateful for?
I am grateful that summer is here and I got to sit outside and read today and enjoy some sunshine. No, Eileen disagrees with me. Too hot for you? Oh, okay.
When it's
Yes. I love it. I love the sunshine. Oh, Melody, I see your hand back there. Yeah. Yay! All of the growth in our students. All right. Anything else? I'm so grateful for all of you to be here with me together, praying. So now on page 178, we say our prayer for peace. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech Adon L'chol hashalom, v'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael, b'chol eit uv'chol sha'a b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. We take a moment now for silent prayer. You might use the words on pages 180 or 181 or the meditations of your own heart. Yehiyu l'ratzon imrei fi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai Tzuri v'gali. May the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts be acceptable to you, Adonai, our rock and redeemer. We turn our thoughts now to those who are ill, injured, recovering from surgeries, and in need of our healing prayers. We have on that list Grace Friend, Lori Perry, Nick Joliot, Rhonda Butler, Minna and Ira Dornfeld, Frank Lerner, Sarah Chow, Ann Cohen, Anita Ash, Richard Blaylock, Patty Bergeron, Jed Michael, Kathy Katz, Joanne Heinz, Jacob Asher, and Debbie Rubenstein. And if anyone else has a name they'd like to add, please do so. Okay, thank you. We hold in our hearts, yes, Naomi. Is Carl sick? A little, okay. Well, we pray for your speedy recovery and for that of all those in need of healing of mind, body, and spirit. Misha Berach is on page 371 in the middle of the page. Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And now for our story time. Any students that need to move closer to see the story are welcome to do so. You may recall this if you have very good memories. I believe we read it pretty much exactly a year ago at the Family Shabbat for May last year. Because May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and it's Jewish American Heritage Month. Yes. So this is called Chicken Soup by Pamela Meyer about chicken soup and about Asian heritage and Jewish heritage. 2 grandmas, 2 soup pots, 2 family traditions, 2 recipes for chicken soup. Uh-oh. Grandma Ellie's chicken soup with kreplach, Grandma Nancy's chicken soup with wontons. How could a little piece of dough stuffed with meat and floating in a bowl of chicken soup cause a problem? They're both dumplings. This one's a kreplach, this one's a wonton. It all started one rainy afternoon when I went to my bubby's, that's my Grandma Ellie's, for lunch. Sophie, darling, here's a nice bowl of hot chicken soup for you. I picked up my spoon and smiled when I saw the dumpling in my soup. Yum, wontons, my favorite. Wonton? Who's a wonton? Grandma Ellie asked. Silly bubby in the soup. Sophie, my zisela, my sweet one, those are kreplach, not wontons. This is Jewish chicken soup, which I make just for you, exactly the way my bubby made it, just for me. Now eat, it's delicious. So for the rest of the afternoon, we played dress up and had a wonderful time. But when Mommy came to pick me up, I heard Bubby muttering about a granddaughter who didn't know the difference between kreplach and wontons. A few days later, I went to my Nine-Eyes, that's my Grandma Nancy's, for lunch. Here you are, Sophie. Good hot soup, Nine-Eye said. Kreplach, I said. I do love kreplach. What's a kreplach? Nine-Eye asked. Silly Nine-Eye, in the soup. Sophie, my bao, my baby, my treasure. This is Chinese chicken soup. It's got wontons. I make it for you, just the way my Nine-Eye made it for me. Now eat and grow strong. For the rest of the afternoon, Nine-Eye and I had fun painting pictures. But when Daddy came to pick me up, I heard her talking to him about a granddaughter who didn't know the difference between wontons and kreplach. I knew the difference between soup with kreplach and soup with wonton. I just accidentally mixed them up. Bubby's chicken soup had carrots and parsley. Nai-Nai's chicken soup had bamboo shoots and green onions. Wontons are not kreplach. Kreplach are not wontons. A little different, but a lot the same. And I could prove it. When I told Mommy and Daddy about my idea, they liked it. So the next week, I invited Bubby and Nai-Nai to our house for lunch. I asked each of them to bring their soup. Soon, Bubby's chicken soup with kreplach simmered on the stove next to Nai-Nai's chicken soup with wontons. Your soup smells very good, Nancy, Bubby said. Yours too, Ellie, Nai-Nai said. I took a big serving bowl out of the drawer. Daddy helped me pour in both soups until the two were mixed together. Presenting the first ever Jewish-Chinese kreplach wonton chicken soup, I announced. Mommy ladled the new soup into bowls, and we all sat down at the table. You know, Bubby said, to be completely honest, my chicken soup isn't exactly the way my Bubby made it. I buy wonton wrappers to make my kreplach. So your Jewish chicken soup is a little bit Chinese, I said. Bubby nodded. That's right. I have something to say too, Nai-Nai said. I buy the chicken for my soup at the kosher market. The flavor is better. So your Chinese chicken soup is a little bit Jewish, I said. Yeah, I guess so, Nai-Nai said. A little Jewish, a little Chinese, a lot like me, I said. Sophie Chang, you are a genius, Bubby said. Well, I always thought so, Nai-Nai agreed. Kreplach shmechlach, let's eat, Bubby said. Wait a minute, don't you mean wonton schmonton? Nai-Nai asked. I laughed and dipped my spoon into my bowl. A bite of kreplach, a taste of wontons. I said. This story is making me hungry. Mommy, Daddy, Bubby, and Nai-Nai, and I all started eating. A wonderful blend, Bubby said. The best of both, said Nai-Nai, just like our granddaughter. Suddenly, I knew what made Bubby's and Nai-Nai's soups so much alike. The special ingredient in any grandma soup is love. Save room, everybody, Bubby said. I made knishes, and I brought egg rolls, Nai-Nai said. Are we talking dough filled with vegetables then fried, Bubby asked. Precisely, Nai-Nai said. I couldn't wait to taste my first eggnish, or egg roll. It would be delicious. And then there's the recipes if anybody needs a wonton soup or kreplach soup recipe. The end. Well, thank you. Okay, for our Aleinu, I'd like to call up again all of the students to come open the ark. Aleinu is on page 586.
I'm kind of tired.
You're kind of tired. We're almost done. And I invite you all to prepare yourself for the ark to be opened. Hurry, pull, slide. Ready? Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, shelo asanu k'goyei haratzot, v'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kechol hamonam, va'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Go ahead. Push. Nice. You may be seated. We're going to count the Omer now on page 570. And I also have a special teaching, just a little bit. Trua, the Rabbinic Call for Human Rights, asked for rabbis to write their sermon on this topic this week, but I really wanted to read the chicken soup story. So I'm not going to give a whole sermon, but tonight, as we will bless and count in just a minute, is the 37th day of the Omer, and soon it will be the 42nd day of the Omer. On that day, it will also be the day that Title 42, today I think is the day that Title 42 is going to be revoked. It was a policy that stemmed the tide of immigration into this country, including asylum seekers and refugees. Asylum seekers, or seeking asylum, is always a legal act. That's what asylum is, that you do not have to be pre-vetted. You enter the country, you declare that you are seeking asylum, and then you are put someplace safe to be vetted before you integrate fully into society. And so it's a very important tool that makes our country free and safe and a haven for all refugees, which many of our families are here for that reason. So we as Jews want to encourage these policies that will help keep refugees, asylum seekers, and immigrants safe in this country because we know that it impacts us. And I also just want to say, this is not in my, my notes about Title 42, but after we say the Omer, we will also transition to the Mourner's Kaddish. And of course, we are going to say a Kaddish as well for all those who died in Buffalo this week. The killer in Buffalo was targeting Black Americans. He was targeting Black Americans in part because of a conspiracy theory that states that Jews are specifically bringing in non-white people into this country to replace white people. And so we know that this is all sort of tied together, that we as Jews are safest when we stand in solidarity with immigrants, with people of color, and with all of our neighbors, regardless of what they look like, where they're from, what language is their primary language, how they pray, etc. And so we just, I want that to be on our mind. I don't have the mystical realm of this day of the Omer, but that is the blessing. That is the value that we are attaching to this, the 37th day, is that we are a country that welcomes people, and we are a community here at Ner Shalom that welcomes people. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat haomer. Hayom 37 yom shehem. Oh, I should have done this math before this moment. Sorry. Chamesh Shavuot v'shtayim yamim la'omer. You'd think that wouldn't be that hard, but my brain does not do simple division very well. That is, today is the 37th day, so that's 5 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. And now, we turn to the Mourner's Kaddish. And as I said, we are certainly holding in our hearts all those who died in Buffalo and other various shootings across the country this week. There have been more than one that just happened to have been the most deadly. We are also still within a year of mourning for some in our own community, such as Steve McGrew, Herbert Levy, Lynn Steffen, Gary Sullivan, Debbie Taylor Wright, Mark Anderson, Samuel Fallis, Elaine Skolnick, Edith Herman, Phyllis Rosen, Jill Rosen, Dr. Jack Schuper, Charlie Osborne, and we're marking yard sites this week of Harry Gonick, Richard Walsh, Bernard Manning, and Ida Geller, and Joseph Liss. If anyone else has a name they would like to add to that for the Mourner's Kaddish, please do so. The Mourner's Kaddish is on page 598. Mourners and those who wish to join them may rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma dibra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'ala u'lalmei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yinaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudasha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlam araba min shemaya, v'chayim alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom alenu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. You may be seated. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Just a couple of announcements. If you haven't already, stop by the Judaica shop before you leave today. There's a fire sale. It's a Lag BaOmer joke. Okay, so however, the card reader is not working, so I encourage you to use cash or check, and if you don't have those things, maybe bring it with you on Sunday when you are back, or tomorrow. Right? Is it also open tomorrow night? Yes, I'm getting thumbs up. Okay, so tomorrow night or Sunday, but not during services. Okay, so that's, like I said, not tonight, but tomorrow or Sunday. Come on by with cash or personal checks. So tomorrow night, we are back here at 7. If you have your own shovels or tillers or like serious gardening tools, please bring them. We're gonna dig a big hole. We're gonna bury some old prayer books. What? So we're gonna have a Geniza ceremony. That's how you properly dispose of prayer books that are no longer usable. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. And then we're going to have a Lag BaOmer campfire and s'mores. And on Sunday morning, we are back here at 9:30 a.m. and we're going to jump right into our last day of Sunday school with a field day and then close it out with a barbecue, and there will still be more s'mores. So it's going to be a very fun weekend. So tomorrow at 7, Sunday at 9:30. Is Wednesday? No, Wednesday is not June 1st yet. I keep skipping next week for some reason. My brain is just like, okay, this weekend's Lag BaOmer, and next weekend is Shavuot. And then I'm just like cutting out an entire week of life. So that's it. Next week is a normal week. It is Memorial Day weekend. Some years that's home Shabbat, but I feel like we've done enough streaming for a while. You know, I'm ready to be back in person. So I'll be here Friday night. You can come if you want. Services will start at 7:30 next Friday night. And then Shavuot is June 4th. Our confirmation service is June 3rd. You are all heavily encouraged to come and cheer on and support Preston and Ben for their confirmation service. That's June 3rd at 7 p.m. Shavuot, June 4th at 7 p.m. also, followed by the shulin or camp out that evening for all of the teens, and Shavuot morning service, June 5th at 8 a.m. It's supposed to be like a sunrise service, but even the teens that are here all night aren't getting outside at 5 a.m. So 8 a.m. was the compromise. Show up then. There will be bagels. All right, so that is all of the exciting things coming up in a couple weeks before we kind of quiet down here for the summer. Now, we're still not doing Oneg as we're in another uptick of COVID cases, but I'm going to bless this wine and bread, and then you will carry that blessing in your hearts home with you to whatever treats await you elsewhere. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Oh, yeah. All right. For our closing song, I would like to invite up all of our students and teachers one last time for the Tree of Life. Feel free to show off your tree poses. Yeah, please. You're sad for what?
I'm not going to be here on Sunday.
I know, I heard. You're missing the fun. All right. Yeah, Allie's got her tree pose.
Oh, yeah.
Ready? Eitz chaim hi le'machazikim ba betomcheha me'ushar eitz chaim hi le'machazikim ba betomcheha me'ushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. Switch legs. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is a tree of life to them that hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom. Excellent. Excellent. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
I'm also saying hi as you.
Almost. Next week.
I'm so